Ozempic is so popular right now. I swear I can't go anywhere without hearing people talk about it, whether that's on YouTube or on the news. And this is largely due to a lot of influencers and celebrities making this drug more and more popular. And I think it's really important that you and I talk about it because we really want to be cautious about weight loss drugs. There is a long history of weight loss drugs being prescribed, then they realize that they have very serious health impacts and health implications, then they take it off the market. And so as Ozempic trickles out into the mainstream, as it becomes more accessible, as doctors are prescribing it more and more, I want you to be informed about what it is so that you can make decisions about what you want to do with your body. And I'm gonna offer, because you know I want to and I need to, offer my opinions from a clinical perspective as a dietitian about this drug, because I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of concerns about Ozempic. So we are gonna talk about what Ozempic is, how does it work, what are the side effects, is it actually what it says it is, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts in the end about what I actually think personally about this drug. Be sure to check out the free resource that I have for you below. It is a journaling calendar and it's got activities in it all related to helping you heal your relationship with food and your body. There is not one singular thing that you can do to heal your relationship with food and your body, and this is meant to be a support. Every month there are questions and activities and things to do, and it's meant to support you along your healing journey. My name is Catherine Metzeler. I'm a registered dietitian, certified intuitive eating counselor, eating disorder specialist, and I help you to create peace with food and your body so that all of it takes up less headspace and you can live your life with more freedom, abundance, and joy.
You definitely want to take a listen to this.
Ozempic is being touted as the new miracle weight loss drug, and that to me is very concerning. Anytime I hear miracle and weight loss put together in the form of a drug that we don't know much about. But before I get into my opinions about that, let's talk about what Ozempic is and how it works. Where did all this start? Ozempic is a drug that was created for people that have diabetes, specifically to help them manage the balance of what's called glucagon and insulin. Those are two hormones that help our body to regulate the glucose that's in it. I know these are big scientific words, but all of it to say that it is a GLP-1 agonist, and it helps to mimic the hormones in your body that for those with diabetes, they have a difficult time producing and regulating. So what happened? This drug was prescribed, it still is for people that have diabetes, and what they started to see is that weight loss for some people was a side effect of the medication. Then it started being prescribed to certain individuals as a weight loss drug. Now, it's important before we go on to say that not everybody that takes this medication loses weight. And some people will take this medication, they will lose some weight, and they will remain at a weight that is higher than their goal weight. So I think it's important to name that because not everybody that takes this medication is going to lose weight, and there's a lot that we don't know. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. There's a lot that we don't know about this medication. So how does Ozempic work when it comes to impacting someone's body shape and size? It does a couple of things. One, it delays gastric emptying, which only means that it slows down the rate at which your body digests food, so it leaves you feeling fuller for longer. And it also mimics some fullness hormones. So you walk around feeling full or not particularly hungry for longer periods of time. And therefore, someone who's taking this medication might find themselves eating less. There are many people, unsurprisingly though, that end up stopping taking this medication and describe having an insatiable amount of hunger. And why is that? Well, if you haven't picked up on it already, this drug is essentially tricking your body into being full, whether or not you're getting enough food. And if someone is taking Ozempic as a weight loss tool or measure, they are not getting enough food because of the impact that the medication specifically has on the body. And in the same way, this is why doctors are prescribing this medication off-label to individuals that want to lose weight, and why it's being called a miracle, because how amazing is it, that's what they say, how amazing is it that you can take a medication and lose a bunch of weight. But what's not being talked about is the side effects of Ozempic, long-term research around it, which, by the way, spoiler alert, we don't have that yet. And what happens when you stop taking Ozempic? What are the implications of that? And all of this under the umbrella of if someone doesn't have diabetes. This medication was intended for folks with diabetes, and we're just in the process of experimenting, giving out this injectable form of a medication for weight loss. What's more though is that we don't have any long-term research on this drug. Let me repeat that. We have no long-term research, and long-term research is important because we need to know what the side effects or safety risks are for a medication like this. So far, what we do know and have started to see that some of the very serious side effects of Ozempic are gallbladder disease, pancreatitis, thyroid cancer, and kidney damage. Another important side effect is consistent low blood sugar, because remember, you're not getting enough food while you're taking Ozempic, and the impact that the drug has is helping your body to absorb the glucose into your cells. But if you don't have an issue with that, like those that have diabetes do, then you're gonna be absorbing glucose at a much faster rate, which means that your glucose is gonna drop much faster and you will be more susceptible to what is called hypoglycemia. In addition to this, and this is one that's not being talked about, but you know I have to, there is a very serious risk, in my opinion, for the development of an eating disorder, and most certainly disordered eating, when taking this drug, for a couple of reasons. One, because when you are taking the medication, you may lose weight. As we've talked about, some people do, but you have to continue taking the medication in order to maintain that weight loss. And if someone is not losing the amount of weight that they want to, or they are starting to have more and more thoughts, disordered thoughts about losing weight, they could find themselves engaging in other behaviors that help to aid in additional weight loss, like restricting their food or exercising. I'm imagining that a lot of people taking this medication are doing a combination of things. And I think that there's real risk for the development of eating disorders, because we can't say that dieting is one of the highest predictors of the development of an eating disorder and not include weight loss medication and the impact that that could have on the development of an eating disorder. In my opinion, Ozempic and the marketing around it and all of the buzz is really preying on people's vulnerabilities. That's not surprising to me. There's a lot of money to be made in the weight loss industry, and in this case on a new medication. I know Ozempic, the owner of it, is making a lot of money. And I really want you to be cautious of the things that you hear and the things that people are experiencing, and even thinking about taking this medication. As a clinician, I would not recommend that you take this medication. I am not your clinician, so this is not medical advice, but nonetheless, think about all the previous, throughout history, medications that have been prescribed, fen-phen being one of them, that we have learned over time that they have long-term, very serious side effects. And I think that that's really important. I know that it can feel so appealing to have this drug that comes out and you just take it and you lose weight and that's the end of it. But we just don't know what will happen for a medication that is intended for people with diabetes when they start taking it and they don't need it for that reason. I am very concerned as a dietitian who specializes in eating disorders especially about this medication. If someone starts taking this medication, they're gonna have to take it for the rest of their lives to maintain that body shape and size that actually may be super harmful for their body in regards to the size that someone's body becomes because of this drug. It's meant to be taken seriously that when a drug gets in the way, blocks, impacts your body's ability to be hungry, your body's ability to tell you that it needs more food because of its needs. It's kind of temporarily tricking the body. But what is the impact of that? We need to be thinking about that, in my opinion. Again, this is not an individual criticism. This is looking at the system at large and the issues with really quickly going to prescribing a weight loss medication when we do not know the health implications of this. And it needs to be taken seriously because a lot of people could be harmed in this process. In summary, we've talked about what Ozempic is, how it works, the side effects, and my opinions about it. I hope that this felt helpful for you. If you've got anyone in your life that is taking it, please also know that I'm sending you a ton of compassion because I have heard from so many people how enticing it has started to feel, even in their own healing journey when it comes to food and body image. You are not alone if you're feeling like that. I just want to encourage you and everybody to just take a deep breath. We don't know much about this medication currently. And again, I cannot make recommendations for you from a medical perspective. I can say for me personally, I would never take this. I would never recommend this. I have very serious concerns about this medication and just a lot of worry for those that are taking this medication about the health impacts that it's going to have on them long term. So I really want us all to be very, 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 very cautious about this drug. Thank you so much for watching this. If you like this video, I always appreciate a like below. And if you've got specific questions about Ozempic, be sure to drop them down there too. Check out that free resource if you want additional support as well. And I will see you back here soon.